Motorsport has always been exceptionally important for Ford in South Africa over the past 100 years. Right from the Model T to the Model A and all the vehicles that followed, so much of the passion, support and love for the Blue Oval has been built on its success in various types of racing. In South Africa, the locally produced Ranger forms the core of Ford's product portfolio. There's no surprise then that the focus is very much on the Ranger when it comes to motorsport, with the Neil Woolridge Motorsport team competing in the South African Rally Raid Championship. This really is designed to build their reputation for capability, performance, durability, and the lifestyle associated with the Ranger brand.
This just emphasizes the history between the Woolridge name and Ford Motor Company. This is the Capri Piranha, which my dad campaigned back in the 70s. So that just shows you how long the Woolridge and Ford relationship goes back. The petrol and the oil was in my blood. I grew up going to the circuit and was always involved with my father, who used to race himself, but then had a bad accident just after I was born. So he stopped racing himself then, and then became a sponsor for Wannabirds, a developer of cars, and always had drivers racing in his teams. So I always loved cars and things like that, but ended up actually going the motorcycle route because that's what I could afford. I stopped riding motorcycles when I was 28 years old, which is relatively young. So in 1991, I started Neil Woolridge Motors. I took over a very small service station. We got approached by Ford USA in 2011. Jos Capito, who was then the head of Ford Racing as it was known then, he contacted us and said, would we be prepared to build and homologate a Ford Ranger that was capable of racing anywhere in the world and competing. So of course I said yes, we'd love to do something like that. And at that stage, the boys, my sons Lance and Gareth, were coming into it. So we designed and built this car, and it won the very first time it went out. It's been a success story all the way through. Again, that car has evolved and evolved to where we are today with the T1 Plus car.
Ourselves as Neil Woolridge Motors and Ford have a short relationship spanning over 25 years. It started with Dad, and it's sort of progressed now into our next generation with myself and Gareth working here in the business. But Ford has been our number one partner, and we've been lucky enough for them to have placed their trust in us for so long and flying the flag in their off-road and now what we term Rally Raid program. We've got such a great team behind us, and they're the backbone of the whole sport, to be honest, because without the technicians making sure the cars are ready, we may as well not get in the cars.
Lance and Gareth, I guess they've been born with the same petrol and oil in their bloods as I did.
It's really amazing the sensations that you get in the car. What we're able to do with these cars is crazy. To be going 170 through trees and jumping over things and over rocks and rivers, it's really, really awesome. Right now, this specific area is the maintenance base for our 2 championship vehicles. Next to us, we do the assembly of new vehicles or maintenance of customer cars, if we get those here as well. So that's downstairs. Upstairs, we have the manufacturing department where we do all of the manufacturing. So any bits of metal that you see on the car, these bars, these frames, these arms, any bit of metal you see here, that's all made upstairs.
The Neil Woolridge Motorsport Ford team is a great example of punching above their weight. What that little team from Pietermaritzburg has achieved is simply amazing. They've won national and regional championships around the world, and they won the 2023 South African Rally Raid Championship against their fierce rivals who are multiple Dakar winners and multiple World Rally Raid Championship winners. That really is built on their commitment to excellence, their passion for the sport, and being a family-run business. They are really dedicated to delivering success in everything that they do.
Super proud. I've sometimes got to pinch myself that we're actually doing this. These are the cars that we actually design and build ourselves with our hands. When I see that car racing and I see it doing 170 k's an hour down a dirt road, sideways, jumping, over rocks and all that. I think, how's this possible? How can this piece of metal do what we're doing to it?